If this message is for you, then everything you suspected was on point. Everything that you suspected was going on behind your back, everything that you felt intuitive nudges towards that were happening, things that you were having dreams about, things that you were envisioning, it was all happening. And I already get the sense, I already get the feeling that you already know this is the case. Like, you don't need me sitting here telling you that it was all factual, because you could feel it in your bones. The entire time everything was going on behind your back, the entire time everything was happening. I'm not even going to say behind your back, because it really wasn't behind your back at all. It's just the way that you operate makes people believe that they're doing things behind your back. And I just want you to know, 111, that I know that you know that it was all happening. But if you needed that confirmation, if you were looking for some sort of confirmation today, if you asked God for a sign, then this is your sign that every little thing that you were tallying up, every little thing that you were watching done right in front of your face while giving the illusion that it was behind your back, it was all happening. Every last drop of it was happening. And you've had people try to make it seem like nothing was happening. You've had people that basically tried to act like nothing was happening, basically almost like they're in a play. Like the Truman Show is coming to mind, like how all these people are in on keeping Truman. If you've never seen the Truman Show, then spoiler alert, okay? But it's like all of these people, right, acting, all of these people acting around one person, 222, all to try to basically get this one person to believe that, you know, a certain illusion or fantasy, not even fantasy, but like a certain reality is being lived. And the entire time you were keyed into it. The entire time you never failed. Like, yeah, you never failed to see the truth while everything was happening. You never bought into the reality that they were trying to sell you. And the worst part is that they know. Like, they know that you know. They know that you knew. Like, before, they didn't know that you knew. Because I feel like you're the type to sit on things, right? But you're also not the type to not speak your mind when stuff is happening, right? And so they thought that if they put on a show long enough, that they could basically convince you of the lie, of the illusion that they were selling, of the illusion that they were giving. They thought, 333, that if they held on long enough, that if they just tried to push this narrative, if they just tried to pretend like nothing happened, like everything was okay the entire time, they thought that eventually you would make that your reality, that you would just stop, that you would just forget about everything, that you would be like, you know what? Everybody around me is just acting normal, so this must be the case. Like, no. Never once did you fail to see the truth. And you have people like sweating right now. You real life have people worried. I know y'all heard that. You real life have people worried because you knew everything that was going on. You saw everything. You have the receipts. You have the receipts. And that's the thing that people are worried about now, is because they're like, well, if this person is as tapped in as they are, 444, like I see them, this person is tapped in, right? If this person is as tapped in as they are, if everything we thought we were doing in order to, you know, either sabotage or hide stuff from, or keep this person stuck like in this generic like bubble. We thought that all of it was invisible, but now we know it's not. Now we know this person was keyed in the entire time. Now we know this person was actually watching us. Like, we thought every single one of us was watching this person, right? We thought, like, they really thought, and they're sitting there like, we thought we had it. Like, how could we have missed this? How could we have realized that the entire time they were just playing themselves? They are real life sitting there, and they're realizing that through all the time and energy that they spent, none of it worked. Not an ounce of what they tried to cast over you actually worked. None of the deception, none of the black magic, the illusion magic that they tried to cast, none of it did anything. And you have people real life sitting there like, well, fuck. You had all these people, and for some of you, like, actually people that do identify themselves with the dark. Like, they align themselves with the dark, with the devil, however you want to see it. They align themselves with the darkness, right? With the opposite of light. And these people real life thought they were big and bad. They real life thought that they were elevated in the eyes of whatever dark powers that they were working for. They really thought that they had something. They really thought that they had that touch. They really thought that they could do the same thing to you that they've done to other people. Because make no mistake, people don't just wake up one day and decide to attack people. No, this is tactical. This is demonic warfare 101. And I've been fucking saying this. I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. I was explaining, like, demonic warfare. Like, this is demonic warfare, right? These people, they don't just all of a sudden randomly, like, oh, like, this person right here, we're gonna try and do this and this. No, they only come up with those type of plans, 808, is because they've done it before. They've seen people in similar shoes. They've seen people in similar energy to you, and they made it their mission to try to break them. They made it their mission to try to sabotage them and basically derail, destiny swap, or steal from them, or basically just try to pull one over. Or a lot of times you hear people talking about, oh, they're trying to steal this from you, they're trying to do this, but you don't underestimate the power of keeping someone in the same place. You see, a lot of people don't realize, they think, oh, the enemy is trying to get me away from here, the enemy is trying to do this. No, you misunderstand, honey. The enemy a lot of times is trying to keep you exactly where you are. And so the level of sabotage 909 is designed to keep you stuck, while giving the illusion that they want you to move on, while giving the illusion that they want you to succeed. They're doing everything in their power to keep you stuck exactly where you are. This is textbook demonic warfare, trying to basically put ankle weights on you, trying to basically put weights around your ankle so that you can't elevate. In some cases, the goal wasn't to try to steal something. The goal wasn't to try to do, X, Y, and Z, right? Take it how it resonates. Everybody's case is different. But what I'm telling you is, You really have these people now looking at themselves and they're like, damn, like, it's not all that. Like 1010, as I was saying that, like, you have people opening their eyes now. That's what it feels like. It feels like people feel like they're waking up from a curse. You have people opening their eyes, like looking back like, damn, like, did I really do that? Like, was I actually doing that to this person? Like, was I really trying to do that to someone? That's the energy they're in, because you managed to see everything. You managed to undermine the undermining. No, you managed to overmine the undermining. I don't even know if that makes sense, but you really managed to do it. You managed to remain top tier and low quality standards. You really managed to exceed all expectations. Because the expectation was for you to go nowhere. The expectation was for you to fall. The expectation was for you to stoop down to somebody else's level. I just got a notification. But it never happened. But it never happened. You really did it. You really managed to stay afloat with a whole lot of weight being cast at you. You managed to fly when they did everything in their power to make sure you sunk. Let that sink in. 12-12. Let it sink in. Let it sink in. Now you got people opening their eyes right now. You got entire communities shook by how you do what you do. You got motherfucking, for some of you, you got whole cults, secret societies, dark organizations looking at themselves like, how do you have a whole cult, right? 30, 40, 50, I don't know how many people, right? Attacking one person, and that person stays on top. How do you have a whole cult sending black magic towards someone and that motherfucker didn't flinch? How the fuck do you have a whole fucking 13? How the fuck do you have a whole army raised against someone and they fight it alone like they're Achilles? Only there's no heel to strike. That's because you're one of God's chosen ones. That's because you're tapped in and they're tapped out. God really has his hand all over your life. You wear the armor of God. My God. You really did it, bro. You really did it. You're there. Like, everything that you thought was happening. Everything you saw, 1414, you weren't misseeing shit. You weren't misremembering shit. You weren't making shit up in your mind. It was all there. It was all there. Every last drop. I don't know, specifically drop keeps coming to mind. Every last drop. And I just heard physically, like, every last drop of energy is accounted for. Every last drop of hatred was accounted for. Every last drop of evil that was done towards you was accounted for. And physically right now I'm seeing like ancient Egyptian gods. I'm seeing the ancient Egyptian gods, and they're all standing around, and they have the scales, and there is this massive stack, 1515. There's this massive red stack pile, like, on the scales, and it's just like, right? It's like crashed down. It's so heavy that it's broken the earth that it's resting on, right? Even though it's floating in the air, but you know what I mean, right? It has broken the ground. It's like sunken into the ground. There's cracks everywhere. And they're just going, and they're just picking, and they're just like setting people's hearts on there. No. 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 They just have a whole pile right there. And it's like they're all getting the same exact judgment. Not a single thing has been lifted off of this pile. Not a single thing, 1616, has come off. You were there for it. You lived through it. You lived to tell the tale. You really are a living legend. You really are. You are legendary. You are a living legend. If this message is for you, then give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourself a pat on the back. Show yourself some love, and then show God some gratitude. Show God some motherfucking gratitude, because he didn't just show up. He showed out. Again, he didn't just show up. He showed the fuck out. Like, he did that. 1717. He rides for you. God rides for you. The divine rides for you. And if you have ties to ancient Egypt, you know those motherfuckers ride for you. The ancient Egyptian deities, they don't play when it comes to people that fuck with their people. Like, in the least bit. They do not play. They don't. People talk about, you know, like the Haitian stuff. They talk about the African stuff. Child's play compared to the fucking ancient Egyptians. Child's play compared to what the ancient Egyptians do for theirs. You are fucking legendary. Much love to everybody as always, and y'all stay up.